field, catches it for a touchdown.
Would you look at that? Evergreen. Would you look at that?
Cool with the big three. Great. Takes it all the way now. Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to McKenzie Stadium here on this beautiful yet blustery Wednesday afternoon. I'm Kyle Bleeke.
My name is Mark Petrossi. Hope you guys are having a wonderful afternoon. Kyle, it's a blustery afternoon, but it's beautiful out, man. It's a perfect day for a soccer match. It's about 60 degrees outside, and the sun is shining. And I know these ladies are ready to play some football.
Definitely no thunder in the skies. We do have the Mountain View Thunder on the field tonight, taking on Kelso. Mountain View is going to be in the blue uniforms. Kelso is going to be in the white. Yet to be determined which way they will be attacking, but we'll let you know here momentarily. There's a good look at the referee crew tonight. This is the first of two matches on the evening. Next up, we've got Prairie and Evergreen. But a couple of excellent matches tonight. Undoubtedly the top four teams in the 3A GSHL standings.
I think that's the most exciting thing about tonight's matchup, Kyle, is for this first match with Kelso ranked in first place, Mountain View in second, 3 wins for Mountain View, 3 wins for Kelso in the regular season so far, and only 1 loss for Mountain View, 0 for Kelso right now. So this is going to be a great matchup. As we both know, Olivia Fothergill from Mountain View is very dangerous out there. So this match is going to be nothing but very interesting, to say the least.
And like Mark was saying, too, we've got the top 3 teams, Kelso, Mountain View, and Evergreen, all tied atop the standings, each with 9 points. Should be an excellent match tonight. We've got Mountain View in the blue attacking right to left, Kelso in the white attacking left to right. A couple things of note. Mountain View, it seems we get to watch them every week. Olivia Fothergill, like Mark was saying, as well. Striker for Mountain View, committed to U of O, extremely talented. Keep your eye on her, number 4, the one with the ball there. A couple other things. Mountain View plays nearly entirely through the mid. They rarely use their wings. We'll see if Kelso has taken note, has watched enough video to know how to counter that strategy. We have not seen Kelso play this year. If it's the same as last year, and if the standings indicate they are another talented team, it'll be interesting to see what kind of scouting report we can gather on them tonight.
The interesting thing about Kelso, Kyle, is the majority of the players on the roster for tonight are predominantly juniors and seniors. And as we always talk, each match, that's given this team a good solid 3 years plus, to build some chemistry, and these are the results you expect to see at this point of their career as high school players.
That camaraderie you get playing together is nearly as valuable as talent on the field. We'll get to watch that play out here this evening. It's going to be Kelso's first throw-in of the game.
And like Kyle said, number 4 for Mountain View, Olivia Fothergill, she's the striker up top. And as we've seen the past couple of matches, if she's not scoring the goals, everything is going through her in order for her team to score.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be, and we've seen with her this season so far, she push up as that striker, and everybody's trying to get the ball to her, just like right now. Great ball right there. Olivia Fothergill off to the races.
Inside the 6, and she's
there's
going to
the
put it
first
away.
goal.
That's 1-0.
That was a great ball by number 2, Kylie Ellett. Great assist by her.
And Kylie Ellett, we've mentioned her name quite a few times the last couple weeks as well. Not necessarily a goal scorer, and here's a good replay. Just takes that inside lane.
And then cuts. I love that.
Right foot.
So talented. So talented.
Kylie Ellett, not necessarily a goal scorer, but knows the right play and makes that right play nearly every chance she gets. Extremely talented with the ball at her feet as well. We'll mention her name a handful of times throughout this game. Mountain View is a team that notoriously starts off extremely strong too, and does tend to fade in the second half aggressively. It'll be interesting to see if jumping out to the early lead, playing against a solid opponent like Kelso, if they can keep up this pace and knowing that they have the overall #1 seed within their grasp.
So unlike the past couple of matches we've seen from Mountain View this season, Kelso is a team that we expect to see an answer from, honestly, relatively soon. They're going to keep pushing. They're going to keep fighting. This match is just getting started. I expect to see a good couple more goals at least from both sides here tonight. I do want to give a little shout out to Nina Allen, number 15 for Mountain View. She did a great job of clearing the ball just a few minutes ago. We've been talking about her a lot this season as well, Kyle. She's an outstanding defender. There she is right there. And it's going to be interesting to see how Kelso is able to get that ball into the middle, into the 18, with her back there on the defensive line.
And just another smart player like Kylie Ellett, too. And here's Kylie Ellett with the ball. We'll mention their names, again, throughout the match. But that's what makes this Mountain View team so dangerous, and dangerous for the last handful of years. Is sure, they have players like Olivia Fothergill, who's going to be a Duck next year. Obviously talented, but then they have these maybe unheralded players where they don't get the credit they deserve, but they're so smart and they know their role. And here's Olivia Fothergill again with the inside track.
Great
Sticks
ball.
with it.
Oh,
That's
my
her second
goodness.
goal, upper V. Just the aggression there, and you're not going to stop that.
No, and a great ball by number 3, Elizabeth Nguyen, to get the ball to Olivia Fothergill. She is another player. Both of them are right there on your screen right now. Elizabeth Nguyen, she had some great, here's the replay for you. What a cut. Just got all of it. Yeah, well, Mountain View came to play tonight.
They did. That's 2 goals within 6.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And again, this is a Kelso team that's not a pushover. They're in first place right now. This is the Mountain View we've expected for the last couple of weeks. We've Mark, 2 weeks ago we mentioned it. We were a little bit disappointed with how they played against Skyview. I think they pulled out the win, maybe 1-0, 2-1.
Number 12, Ellie White was the goal scorer that night.
That's right. But they did not give 100% in that second half, and they left the door wide open for Skyview. That's not the case tonight. This is a Mountain View team that came to play. We're going to get a first sub of the evening. Number 14 for Kelso going to take a seat. That's Josie Settle. Number 2 coming onto the pitch, Alana Fugelberg.
And Kyle, I mean, Mountain View and Olivia Fothergill has made Kelso really rethink what's going on their defensive line. That's twice now that Mountain View's been able to get through that line. There's Nina Allen.
That's a great observation, Mark. They put in Fugelberg specifically to match up here with Fothergill.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. Even though it's the beginning of the match, Mountain View gets a couple more goals, and it's an uphill battle for Kelso at that point. So they need to stop this right away.
Yeah, facing a 2-0 deficit as is. This is a tough climb back into contention for the Kelso Highlanders. Kelso with a couple moments of good ball movement, though. And That's a perfect run there by Elizabeth Nguyen. Olivia Fothergill in the middle. Nifty little move.
Kyle, I think the big thing for Kelso right now is to keep your composure. We've seen a lot of times in situations like this where a team gets down a couple goals and it's easy to kind of get frantic out there. It's going to be really important for Kelso to remember how good they are, keep their composure, and just play smart soccer.
Sure. Knowing what's at stake, I can't imagine. I mean, the players knew Mountain View was talented coming into this game. They have to know they're tied atop the standings. You come in 6 minutes, you're down by 2. What just happened? This is going to be, it's got to be eye-opening for the Highlanders right now.
Yeah.
And with that, Kelso's going to get a free kick on the 40-yard line, opts for a simple short pass. Referee says play on. Kelso really unable to grab any momentum so far. They had a string of a handful of passes, but beyond that, Mountain View has pretty much shut them down. Like you said, Mark, I think regaining that composure and will go a long way for them.
And that's why I brought it up, because what we've been seeing from Kelso is a lot of just trying to clear the ball, just kick it.
A lot of one-times.
Yeah.
It hasn't worked out so far. Free kick, Mountain View.
And look at Nina Allen, once again, number 15 for Mountain View. You know, she's playing center back right now, pushing all the way out, closing down the Kelso attackers. Here comes Mountain View again.
Mountain View already going to the wings more often than they have probably the last 2 games we've watched combined.
Yeah.
That's how Fothergill's gotten her two goals so far. And last week as well, Prairie trailing Kelso, Mountain View, and Evergreen in the standings. Nonetheless, an extremely talented team. Going to get a corner kick here. Mountain View did defeat Prairie 2-0. That may have huge implications going forward as far as the playoffs go, as will this game and the Evergreen Prairie game that's up next.
Little short ball right there. This 2-0 lead for Mountain View right now really puts them in the driver's seat. They really can. They can play whatever kind of game they want right now, honestly. They can go to more of a possession kind of game and just keep the ball movement. They can attack. You know, now coach has the ability to make some subs if he wants. I mean, Mountain View's looking really good right now. It's going to be a throw in for Mountain View, number 6, Taylor Armstrong. And that's kind of what I'm saying right there, Kyle. Number 4, Alexis Richard on Kelso. Just getting the ball and kicking it. You know, take your time, control the ball, lift your head, and look for an open player.
That's a good thought there from Mountain View. And Mark, to your point, too, we've seen that a couple times from Adelie Shireshire, Kelso's sophomore midfielder. They've really got to button that up if they want to tighten up this lead here.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Number 16, Carson Thompson Terrell, a name we recognize from the last couple of years, announcing here with the ball right there. Keep your eye on her from Kelso. She's going to be a big difference maker if Kelso is able to climb back into this one. And with the ball again.
And for Carson Thompson Terrell, the interesting thing, Kyle, is we talked greatly about her last season as a sophomore, and here she is now a junior this year. You know, you can only imagine how much, you know, she's grown with the game and as a person. So yeah, she's going to be somebody to watch.
It's going to be Alexis Sadler going to take a brief moment on the bench for Mountain View. That's number 9, Jillian Hill, coming onto the field. Olivia Fothergill. Get a Mountain View throw in.
I'd like to see. I'd like to see Kelso connect some passes, moving up the pitch. It's one thing when you drop the ball to your defensive line and they, move it across the back line, but Kelso needs to be pushing things forward right now.
I would say the same about Mountain View too. Aside from they had 2 great passes right to Fothergill, and that's going to get you 2 goals nearly every time. Beyond that, they haven't had much. Neither team has really been able to string any momentum together. Kelso keeps it here, though, down to the corner.
That's number 12, Hannah Byrne. And I agree with you, Kyle, 100%.
Oh, what a good
Here we
ball
go.
there. Tough call from the referee, but they are going to get an offside. Oh, center referee says...
Go ahead and put your flag down.
Yeah, we're going to play on. That was a great ball from Thompson Terrell, though.
So what I was going to say, Kyle, is the difference, though, Mountain View's got the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, beyond that, there's not much. Honestly, if things were going Kelso's way, it could be a 1-0 game. I mean, they let's say Olivia Fothergill hits the crossbar on one of her goals and misses the other one, and that goal finds a way to sneak in. They're not far off. It's just, like you said, that's how you win.
Yeah.
To get goals, and Mountain View's winning right now.
Well, I think we're seeing some momentum from Kelso right now. They seem to be moving the ball a little bit better right now.
And this is what we see from Mountain View every game, is they kind of lose it. They really slow down after the first 10 minutes.
I was going to say the first 10 minutes is so impressive. Yeah. No, you're absolutely correct with that, Kyle. For example, that Skyview match.
That's a good ball there too. Number 12, Hannah Byrne, just a little bit quicker on that run and may have had an opportunity.
Looks like a little push in the back by number 12, Hannah Byrne, for Kelso. So it's going to be a free kick for Mountain View.
Lauren DeLargy taking the kick here.
What I was going to say with that Skyview match a couple of weeks ago, we saw Skyview come out after that halftime break and basically dominate the second half, really put Mountain View on their heels.
Yeah, I felt like Skyview was the better team, but again, they weren't on the other side on the scoreboard.
It's true.
Things just don't go your way right now. Everything going Mountain View's way. A couple of subs coming in here. Number 3, Elizabeth Nguyen, going to take a seat.
I think that was number 8, Maya Nguyen as well, who was the first sub off.
And again, we're going to push Olivia Fothergill out to the wing on the far side here. Number 17, Fiona Andrews, the point forward here for Mountain View. Thunder throw in. Highlander throw.
I think Olivia Fothergill was wondering if she was going to get a call right there.
Good run there from Madison Olson. And that's some good defense too from the Thunder there. Olivia Fothergill gets to it. And the counter briefly snuffed out, but finds a way to continue. This is number 2, Kylie Ellett for Mountain View.
She's already got 1 assist for the night.
Ellie White in the middle, sends it back out to the wing. It's a good play from the keeper.
Here comes that ball movement
That's what
from
we're
Mountain
talking
View
about.
again.
Kylie Ellett too, right there, just a simple spin move. You know, it looks simple, but it's those of you watching at home, if you're a soccer player, you know how difficult it is just to keep your head up and know which 2 ways those defenders are going, and to juke them both is always impressive.
Yeah. Easier said than done. Mountain View just keeping their composure right now. Here's number 12, Ellie White.
Good defense there from Thompson Terrell, and cleared out.
You know, what's interesting as I sit here and watch Kyle, it seems to me that Mountain View has a lot of open players right now. I'm not seeing Kelso really, with it being on their side of the pitch, I'm not really seeing Kelso really marking up all that tightly right now. Looks like number 2, Kylie Ellett, just took a little break, and it looks like number 5, Alexis Sadler, just came back in.
Alexis Sadler, another hugely important part of this this Thunder core.
Fothergill trying to send that in the middle. Nice little touch right there. Another little center. Oh, nice try.
Nina Allen gets in front of it there.
Good ball. Ellie White right there again.
I think this is a pretty fascinating development here. Mark, what we've seen the last couple of weeks is, again, Mountain View essentially solely through the mid. They rarely play their wings. But what they're doing with putting Fothergill out on the wing is they're forcing a Kelso defender to stretch the field, which opens up the middle of the field that much more. It'll be interesting to see if that has an effect going forward. You can see, well, here we go. We're going to get a Mountain View throw in. But on the field, everybody is on the opposite side of or ball dominant side of the field right now, except for Fothergill, and it's ball's either going to get to her or force a Kelso defender out that way.
And it's a great observation, because what I was just noticing literally about a minute ago is Ellie White for Mountain View, because they had the ball out on the wing on the far side of the pitch. I was just commenting, Ellie White was left wide open in the middle. Fothergill out here on the near side of your screen is left wide open. That ball gets to Ellie White. She's already got 1 assist for the season. You drop the ball to Fothergill and she's off. She's gone.
Here we go. We get a good look at Fothergill, and nobody within 10 yards either side of her. Nobody within maybe 15, 20 yards of her.
Yeah. And once again, you see Ellie White, number 12, sitting wide open over here as well on this side. And here comes the ball to her.
And this is exactly what we're talking about. That opens up the field for Mountain View right here. Now you're forced to mark Olivia Fothergill.
Unfortunately, Fiona Andrews just passed the ball behind Fothergill. Fothergill was making a great inside run right there.
And that's what opens up that part of the field too. If you stretch the defense, that opens up holes in the defense where you can make those runs and find those diagonal runs and get those through passes.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is number 6 for Kelso, Skylar Ross, forcing a deep throw in.
And what's dangerous, Kyle, is leaving Fothergill open like that. I mean, she's already got 2 goals for tonight. I mean, if I was the coach for Kelso, I'd be telling somebody, don't let her out of your sight. Now here we got number 2, Alana Fagerberg, lined up on her, keeping a close mark.
You can see, we'll get a brief shot here of on the furthest side of the field, nearly on that 50, you can see a blue player out there. Mountain View doing an excellent job. That's number 18 for Mountain View, Victoria Schneider, of just stretching this field out so far. Something we didn't see from the last couple games, and an excellent coaching decision from Dustin Johnson.
Agreed 100%. Here's Mountain View again. That's number 18 right there, Victoria Schneider. Looks like it's going to be a goal kick. And what's interesting, Kyle, is last time, 2 weeks ago when we watched Mountain View play, Fothergill was up top as a striker. It seemed that when they made some substitutions, they dropped her back into the center mid role, an attacking mid role. And tonight we're seeing them push her out to the left wing, and I'm seeing more opportunities for Mountain View with this lineup. I think it was a great coaching decision to push her out to the wing like this.
You know what that does too? Obviously, they're up 2-0 right now. But if it doesn't pay, an awkward little play there from Kelso. Fothergill saves it, and they're going to get another deep throw in. What this does too, obviously they're up 2-0 right now. If it doesn't pay further dividends this specific match, what this does for coaches going forward is we had a way to counter Mountain View and their strong attack. What do we do now? Do we leave Fothergill open on the wing and hope she doesn't get the ball, or do we mark her on the side but open up the midfield, which is Mountain View's specialty?
Yeah, and it's a really interesting observation, because Dustin Johnson, the head coach for Mountain View, he loves the versatility that he has with Olivia Fothergill, right? Because 2 weeks ago, when she was playing that attacking mid role, everything for the attack was going through her. So he's got so many options. Here we go with Kelso.
Good ball movement there.
Unlucky.
That attack is cleared out.
But Dustin Johnson's got so many opportunities and different things he can do with Olivia Fothergill to really, I mean, so he can now move her back to that attacking mid and have her just distribute the ball out to the wings as well if need be.
Did we ever get confirmation this isn't the professional golfer Dustin Johnson? Or is that still up in the air?
It's still up in the air. We have the team doing some research.
We were just told it's a guarantee that is the professional golfer Dustin Johnson. Just a temporary head coach for Mountain View.
Kyle, you know as well as I do, when you love soccer on this kind of level, you will take time out from your PGA tour to help the high school teams out.
Well, naturally, if there's a place you're going to coach high school soccer to, it's going to be Vancouver,
Washington. I mean, come on. 100%.
Good hustle there from Kelso, but it does result in a Mountain View throw-in.
So we got about 12 minutes left in this first half.
Mountain View 2 early goals within about this first 6 minutes. Nothing either team has been able to accomplish since then. This is going out wide to Fothergill, who again transitioned back to the point forward, it looks like, in the meantime. Sets up the left foot.
That was actually a good idea. I like that. I think we were so busy talking about Dustin
Professional
Johnson
golfer,
and his
Dustin Johnson. Right.
golfing career that we didn't even notice that number 3, Elizabeth Nguyen, came back in, and now Fothergill is back up top again. And here's a pass from Kelso.
Fothergill's wide open right now. This is going to her one-on-one.
Number 5.
She's going
Alexis
left foot
Sadler
this
making
time.
a great run right there. There it is. Great job. Alexis Sadler making a great run into the middle. Fothergill saw her out of the corner of her eye. Great assist.
And that just shows how smart of a player Olivia Fothergill is, too. Those first 2 goals she had, she cut right.
Yeah.
Knowing the team thought she was going to cut right again, she goes left.
Here's
Easy
a
pass right along the
replay.
6.
Let's watch this again. Well done. Well done. I love the unselfishness from Olivia Fothergill as well. She could have totally tried to make a shot out of that to get a hat trick for the evening.
And that's 3-0 Mountain View. All 3 goals coming within about the 6-yard line, too.
Yeah.
Kelso giving up some, or letting the Mountain View offense get real close to that keeper.
Here's another ball to
So
Olivia Fothergill. You know, and that's a great comment right there, Kyle. Inside the 6-yard box. And if you want, even let's extend it to the 18. Something that we don't see quite often from these teams, we see a lot of people trying to strike outside the 18 or at least from the 18. And Mountain View's done a great job driving the ball into the box tonight and finding those opportunities.
So Olivia Fothergill, number 4 from Mountain View right there. 2 goals and an assist. On the evening so far, Mountain View takes a dominating 3-0 lead so far in the first half. 10 minutes remaining here. Carson Thompson Terrell marking Olivia Fothergill now.
Well, this should be an interesting conversation in the Kelso locker room at halftime.
Kelso's not out of it either. If there's one thing we've learned is Mountain View definitely kind of eases on the pedal in the second half.
Great run right there by number 3, Elizabeth Nguyen, to number 16, Carson Thompson Terrell.
Mountain View with a goal kick just under 10 minutes here in the first half. Another sub.
And I agree with you, Kyle. I am not counting Kelso out by any means at this point, even though Mountain View has a 3-0 advantage. Kelso is a strong team, as we know. They definitely can make their way back into this match for sure. As Kyle said, this is going to be a goal kick for Mountain View. So Kyle, what is it? What are you seeing from Kelso that they need to do for especially the second half to find the back of the net?
They need to play Kelso soccer. I think we saw it once early where they were able to string a couple passes together. They've had no problem getting 3 or 4 passes, but that 5th pass they can't seem to find. It always goes either to no one or right to Mountain View feet. As soon as they can start stringing these passes together and realizing you don't have to go for the goal, just find your tempo and get back to it. I think they can get right back into it. There's 4 or 5 passes right now.
I agree with you. I think the big key to success
There it is. They can't find that 5th pass.
Yeah. The big key to success for Kelso in the second half, I think, is going to be ball movement. Keeping their composure, moving the ball around, finding those those open gaps that Mountain View has, and try to get that ball inside the 18 like Mountain View has been doing this evening to find the back of the net. I think
you're going to get an illegal throw in here.
I think that Mountain View really shook Kelso not by getting just one goal, but 2 goals within the first 10 minutes. I think it completely threw Kelso off their game and has made them really think, what is going on right now? We're undefeated. This isn't how we play. This is not what we're used to.
Yeah, this is a Kelso team that probably hasn't seen a panic moment all season. They've been in panic mode for nearly 31 minutes now.
Yeah.
And it shows. A lot of subs coming in for these teams the last couple moments. Let's get a look at number 3, Ashley Bakunovich for Kelso.
I tell you though, Kyle, these matches we've been doing for Mountain View this season, they seem like a veteran team. You know, they've just really had some good matches. The 3 matches we've been able to see, they've played really, really good soccer.
I do tend to agree for the most part. However, I don't think a veteran team would take their foot off the pedal so much in the second half. I think they would know the game's not over until the 80th minute here.
And there's the first goal
right
for
there.
Kelso.
That's number 10 for Kelso, Melanie Martinez.
That was a much-needed goal right there. You know that those ladies are very excited right now.
You can see all 11 of them go congratulate them. Here's a good replay of this. Martinez just refusing to give up. Keeper Waverly Iverson nearly gets a foot to it, but that's what we've been saying. Mountain View just leaves the door wide open for these teams.
And what we were just talking about, get that ball inside the 18, and that's what happened. That was another goal within the 6-yard box right there. And I agree with your comment, Kyle, about you know playing the full 80 minutes, not taking your foot off the gas. I agree with you 100%. However, Mountain View, in my opinion, even with the times that we see them scale back a little bit, out of all the matches we've done, Mountain View has been the most consistent as far as ball movement, getting the ball. We see so many times in this league, great defensive line ball movement, great midfield ball movement, and they have a hard time finding it getting the ball to the striker. Mountain View has not had that problem. They know how to find Olivia Fothergill, and when that ball gets to her, magic happens.
Good thought there from Mountain View, but with about 4 minutes left, we're going to get a Kelso goal kick.
Well, Kyle, that was an absolute necessity goal right there for Kelso going into halftime.
If I'm Mountain View, I would almost rather have a 1-0 lead than Kelso get that first goal and give them all the momentum. I think in a 1-0 game, you're still fighting because you know anything can change. 3-0, again, kind of take your foot off the pedal.
Mm-hmm.
1 goal changes everything. That may have devastating consequences for Mountain View going into the second half.
No, you're absolutely right, because right now Mountain View is thinking, man, we had a 3-0 lead. We were doing great. Oh my gosh, going into halftime, Kelso got that goal on us. Yeah, it makes Mountain View think right now about what the second half could be like. And we're also noticing, as we talked in the past couple of matches as well, Kyle, the sun is just really hitting on Waverly Iverson for Mountain View, the goalkeeper. And here soon in the second half, that's going to be Kelso's goalkeeper in that sun.
Yeah, those shadows getting awfully long here.
We do want to thank everybody for watching this match with us on Comcast 28 and 328. And just so everybody knows, we are also streaming live on the Evergreen Public Schools YouTube channel right now. So we want to welcome everybody that's watching on the Evergreen Public Schools YouTube channel. We've got a great match here tonight, Mountain View High School versus Kelso Highlanders.
And one more after this too that's going to have huge, it'll have huge implications going forward.
Yeah, both matches tonight are in the 3A division. This is the Kelso Mountain View match, and next we have Evergreen versus Prairie, which will be another great match as well. So
yeah, I've got the 1 and 2 seeds right here. Next up are 3 and 4. But again, all essentially tied atop the standings.
Yeah.
2 minutes remaining. Last 120 seconds are up to the referee's discretion. We'll get to see how much time he believes should be added for injury time. Kelso inching forward on these throw-ins. Not a ton of player movement here after running for 40 straight minutes. One more goal for Kelso would be so huge.
Good little clearance to the corner there by number 12, Ellie White for Mountain View. It's going to be a deep throw in for Kelso. Looks like number 4, Alexis Richard, will be taking the throw in. There she is. Throw in for Mountain View. Well, I'm excited to see how Kelso comes out in the second half. I think a good little regrouping at halftime. Good little talk from the head coach. Little motivational speech. I think we're going to see some great things from Kelso in the second half.
Got to be coming up close to the end of the half. You have to think this next throw-in may be the final play.
Yeah, referee's looking at his watch right now. And as you said, Kyle, there wasn't really any injuries or anything like that, so I can't imagine he's going to go any bit over that 2 minutes.
Good clearance there from Kelso. And that'll do it. Mountain View will go into the half with the 3-1 advantage over Kelso.
Great first half, Kyle. Very exciting. We are going to send everything over to the guys in the booth, in the truck right now, and we will be back for the second half in about 10 minutes.
I better read between the lines.
It's just after 7:30 in the morning. School doesn't start for another hour, and the Mountain Express Choir is already hard at work, practicing for their moment in the spotlight, a chance to sing with legendary rock and roll band Foreigner. Foreigner has sold more than 80 million albums worldwide and churned out a string of hits many of us grew up singing: Cold as Ice, Urgent, Jukebox Hero, and their worldwide smash hit, I Wanna Know What Love Is. And to highlight the importance of music education, the band invites school choirs to sing the classic tune with them on stage. Choir director Jenny Bell says it was parents who inundated her with requests to enter the K103 radio station contest.
I had approximately 30 people sending me the link to the contest. Everyone thought we should do it. Parents, friends. Yes, I went to a party on Saturday night and somebody said, "Did your choir enter that contest for singing with Foreigner?" I went, "No, we haven't done that yet." So I decided one morning, okay, let's do it. Well, I printed off one copy in the morning, and when they come in before school in the morning, and I said, "You guys want to enter this contest and to be rock stars?" Okay, what do we do? And I showed them the song, and they gathered around the piano, and they already pretty much knew the song. We learned a simple 4-part arrangement, but they learned it in approximately 15 minutes. And then we went on with the rest of our rehearsal, and the next day they brought their cameras and we recorded it, and we won.
Students say it was harder to decide who was more excited to learn that they had won the contest, their older family members, or the students themselves.
Well, my brother's really inspired by 80s music, so he was like, "Whoa, Nana, that's so cool. You're like gonna be on stage with Foreigner."
So Foreigner, like as a child, was like one of my favorite bands, you know, along with like Def Leppard and like Dokken and stuff. So like I always used to love growing up and listening to like Don't Stop Believin', you know, every iconic song, Jukebox Hero, anything. So when I heard that we got to be singing with them at the Alien A, it was mind-blowing to all of us.
I'll never forget, like, my parents found out before me that we'd won. They saw it on Facebook. And my mom texted me so mad that I hadn't told her. She was like, in caps, she was like, "Emily Rose Davenport, why didn't you tell me you'd be singing with Foreigner?" And I was like, "Mom, I didn't even know what contest we were entering." My parents were so excited. My parents were like, "We will pay any fee to get into this concert with you." Like, they were really excited, and that was kind of how I recognized that it was a big deal.
And as they prepare for Sunday's concert at A Casino in Ridgefield, Jenny Bell says it's just another chance to make the kind of high school memory that her choir students will never forget.
We love being together. We love any chance we can get to sing, but to be on a stage with an iconic rock band, they're just never going to forget that. It's going to be really fun for all of us.
And we'll note that Foreigner is allowing us to record their performance with Mountain Express, and we'll bring it to you next week.
Hello, I'm Craig Burnback with Evergreen Public Schools with a simple message: just apply. If you're a middle or high school student in Evergreen, Vancouver, Camas, Washougal, or Battleground Public Schools, C-Tran wants to give you a free bus pass. Vincent is a junior at Mountain View High School.
I use the Youth Opportunity Pass just to go anywhere that I need to because I don't drive. So whether it's hanging out with my friends, maybe at like Fred Meyer's, or going to the library to study, I'll normally just take the bus to get there.
This past summer, he used his pass to get to and from an internship near Clark College.
And don't forget about after school and summer jobs, which is another big driver for us to want to be able to support this. We think it's a great way, you know, for kids, students to be able to get to their jobs. So that's a really important part of this program as well.
Sophia is another Mountain View student, and she highlights another great benefit of the Youth Opportunity Pass: free access to the Furstenberg and Marshall Community Centers during non-school hours.
I want to go to Furstenberg so I can practice my dance team and maybe also lift some weights and get some more arm strength. Yes, that's really, really exciting that I get to go and use Furstenberg and C-Tran all for free.
The Youth Opportunity Pass is a big hit at Mountain View, with more than 400 students signing up in a given year.
From what I can tell, they're maximizing what it offers. I mean, it's a good community service that C-Tran provides.
And how easy is it to sign up? We asked Sophia.
It was super easy. I just had to pick up a form, had my parents sign it, and then I just stuck it back, and then they gave me a sticker.
The Youth Opportunity Pass is also available to students at the Washington School for the Deaf, the Washington School for the Blind, and the Next Success Program. For Evergreen Public Schools, I'm Craig Burnback.
At Evergreen High School, it's the kind of guest conductor clinic that can both intimidate and challenge.
Very good. Careful about
Thanks to a grant from the Furstenberg Foundation, Maestro Salvador Brotons, conductor of the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra, jumped right in to critique, motivate, and empower band and orchestra students.
First of all, flute. You have the first flute, right? You were very low in pitch. Try to bring out the solo a little louder, and maybe also playing a little with watching out. The pitch will be a little more up. Okay, let's try them from the very beginning. The French horn accompaniment, the counter melody.
And after just a few minutes of playing, the results he was looking for.
Yes, that's much better.
Flute player Leanna Krall says it took her a little while to get over the jitters of playing for Maestro Brotons, who also leads the Barcelona Symphonic Band in his home country of Spain.
It takes a while to not only calm down from the intimidation, but also get used to his conducting, because every
conductor conducts different, obviously. And so it took a while for me personally to be like, like, oh, just a worldwide known guy conducting our band, yeah.
We'll also note that it wasn't until the end of class that the maestro revealed that the flute is his primary instrument. Evergreen High School's band and orchestra directors say this type of experience is vital to helping students become better musicians.
To be honest, when I first talked to them about Maestro Brotons, they were very intimidated. And I said, he's just another conductor like I am. He just works at a different level. And he just wants to help you to become better musicians and to make the music sound better.
That's what we'll get to discuss and kind of praise in ourselves of, like, you know, we really got to make some great strides of just, you know, gaining confidence and gaining some self-assuredness and knowing that we can survive kind of the challenge and the pressure.
Alto sax player Jacob Luthart says he appreciated the maestro's enthusiastic conducting style.
It was a really cool experience, especially because he's not from America. It was really interesting to see how his conducting style differed from, like, my teachers.
Watch me, first of all, to go exactly together and play without fear.
And for his part, Maestro Broton says that's what he wants students to get out of classes like this, to feel the same passion he does for music and music education.
It's absolutely very, very important because it's the fundamental of your foundation. I mean, the music goes to your heart, and every time you make music, you become a better person, and also more sensitive and more emotional. 1, 2. And that's very important to have music education for your brain and for your heart, both.
Open in the middle of the football field, catches it for a touchdown.
Would you look at that? Evergreen. Would you look at that?
Cool with the big three. Great. Takes it all the way now. Nice.
And we are back here at McKenzie Stadium for the second half of the Mountain View Kelso match.
Well, Kyle, we were just talking during halftime, and I think that both of us agree that if you would have asked us what this score would have been at halftime during this match, we both mentioned how we felt it would have probably been around 1-1, 0-0, maybe 1-0, something of that nature. The fact that it's 3-1 Mountain View over Kelso is just really interesting to me. Kelso is in first place in the 3A group with 3 wins, 0 losses, and Mountain View is 3 wins, 1 loss.
Yeah, and you could see how in the first half, definitely how emotionally and mentally taxing that first half was. Those first 2 goals in the first 6 minutes from Mountain View was for Kelso. Really threw them off here. And we are underway for the second half. I don't know that the shadows will have a particularly damaging effect for the keeper back there for Kelso.
No, the sun has definitely moved since the last couple of games we've done here. Typically that sun would be in the eyes of the keeper on that far side, but doesn't seem like it's going to be an issue in the second half.
Solid aggressive defense here from Kelso. Already in the first 30 seconds or so.
So we commented at the end of the first half, Kyle, that goal that Kelso got at the end of the first half really pushed the esteem, the confidence for Kelso, and made Mountain View kind of look and reflect a little bit as, okay, wait a second, we can't let Kelso get back into this match. So I think the first 10 minutes of this second half are going to be quite interesting for both sides.
I think whoever wins this first 10 minutes of the game, I think they win the game. I think they'll come out victorious after the final 40 minutes, even if Kelso can come out here and win possession even for the first 10 minutes.
And that's saying a lot. And
that's a bold take.
I kind of tend to agree with you because both of these teams are really solid teams. And the only thing that I'm going to say is we have seen notoriously with Mountain View, as we discussed during the first half, their first 10 minutes can always be really solid, and then for some reason they kind of sit back a little bit. So if we don't see anything happen in the first 10 minutes and all of a sudden Mountain View starts sitting back a little bit, can Kelso take advantage of that?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Mountain View, from what we've seen, they will inevitably pull their foot off the pedal as the second half goes on. My thinking is if they don't have the pedal on for the first 10 minutes, they're only going to get weaker as the game goes on. I think depending on how high they set that bar right now, that will determine the outcome of this game.
Yeah. So one interesting note, Kyle, that I am seeing so far in this second half, Olivia Fothergill started or did not start.
She's out there. That was also a bold take. Nonetheless, an incorrect bold take, Mark.
Oh, excuse me. There she is over there on the far side. I'm sorry.
No, she's just she's up in that point forward position right now that we don't necessarily like seeing her at. We like seeing her out wide where she changes the entire game. But we'll see how that goes.
I'm not
for
used
Kelso.
to her being in all the traffic over there with everyone, and I was looking in the middle, looking for her, and I didn't see her at first. So please forgive me, Olivia Fothergill.
And here she is.
The second half.
That's a late offside call, so late, in fact, that the center referee hasn't even looked.
And he's calling for the PK spot.
This may incite a brawl in the stands from the sounds of it.
He's coming over. Here comes the center official. I think he might have a second opinion on this. We are seeing Kelso standing with their hands up in the air saying, "You called offsides."
And the coach on the far side from Mountain View is none too pleased right now. We're going to get an offside call. That's a tough call. But you have to give the referee props.
I respect the center official for making that call because for you at home, Kyle and I were a little surprised that the flag went up for that call. I think though, as the referee unit of the three of them, I think it's really important that the center stands by that call, even if it was wrong.
Yeah, I love that word, Mark, how you described it, that referee unit, because they are one. They have to be a team, as these teams are out here.
Oh, my goodness.
What a cross there from Alexis Sadler to Olivia Fothergill. It looked like Olivia Fothergill sort of awkwardly hit it and threw the keeper off. Nonetheless, she clinches her hat trick and extends that lead 4-1.
Wow. Wow.
Almost I guess it works out too. If that wasn't offside and they get the PK, here's a good replay of the beautiful cross, an awkward hit.
Great job. I want to big up all the guys that we have out here running the cameras and everybody in the truck. Great job on catching these great replays for us to be able to see.
And you know what else too? That was another goal on the 6-yard line. All four goals from Mountain View have come on the 6-yard line, right?
Yep.
And Kelso's definitely got to tighten up that man-to-man defense there.
And we were talking about that in the first half. I just didn't feel like Kelso was really marked up in a man-to-man situation. Here's Nina Allen, number 15.
And again, we talk about Nina Allen just making the smart play, just shield off the player, get it to the keeper. Again,
she is
smart
a
play.
solid defender. It's been a lot of fun watching her play these past couple years.
Mark, you were out last week due to a prior engagement. Mountain View defeated Fort Vancouver roughly 8-0. We actually got to see a little bit of position flexibility from Mountain View. Nina Allen was put up at forward. Held her own up there too. Didn't score, but definitely just much more than a defender. She proved that game is she's just a smart soccer player.
I would have loved to have seen that. I'm a little sorry I missed that. Yeah, she and you just summed it up perfectly. I think she is a smart soccer player.
Looks like this is number 13, Madison Olson, with the throw-in for Kelso.
And Fothergill was just subbed out.
I think that's her first break. I think she played all 40 minutes in that first half, so well-deserved, earning that hat trick out there.
Number 17, Fiona Andrews, was the substitute for Olivia Fothergill.
And every once in a while we'll talk about, I don't like the word empty goals, but when you score 5 goals against Fort Vancouver, let's be honest, it doesn't necessarily reflect 5 goals. I mean, scoring 3 goals against a team like Kelso, that's much more impressive than 5 goals against another team maybe hanging around the bottom of the standings.
Sure. I mean, honestly, Kyle, in a situation like that, the only thing that it really helps you with is goal differential down the road when you get closer to the playoffs and stuff.
And again, I don't know that goal differential plays a huge effect. Forgive me, I don't know the exact tie-breaking situations or breakdown, but I don't believe goal differential has a determining factor.
Well, it really wouldn't unless it came down to 2 teams that have the same win-losses. That's the only time really it would come into effect.
And same goals for, goals against within their own matchup too.
True.
That plays a big effect.
Yeah. It's a great run right there by number 14, Eva Andrews. I like how she ran hard to win that 1v1 right there.
It's a different Mountain View team than we've seen the last couple of weeks.
Totally agree. But if you think about it, last week was the first of regular season. What we had seen the week before was still preseason matches.
You think Mountain View was sort of holding their cards close to their chest a little bit?
I'm not going to go that far, but I do think that when you have more time to work as a team, you have the training, you have that, you know as well as I do, Kyle, it's one thing to go out to training and have practices and some scrimmages, against your own team than it is going out and playing in these matches. Sure. and living and learning from these matches and getting that hands-on experience. To me, seeing Mountain View where they're at right now, even against a team like Kelso, I could see it. It doesn't surprise me.
Good ball there from Kelso. And excellent. That puts them right back in this game. What a ball there, and a heads-up play from Madison Olson, senior midfielder / forward for the Highlanders. I thought that was number 10, Melanie Martinez, with the cross there.
I do believe you're right on that one.
I don't see her.
Here's a replay for you.
And it was Melanie Martinez.
Yep.
Perfect left foot there, just right place, right time. An excellent hustle there from Melanie Martinez.
Yeah, great touch.
And that's her. She had the goal in the first half, so she's got a goal and an assist so far. Again, that makes this game pretty interesting.
So we now 4-2. 4 goals for Mountain View, 2 for Kelso.
And Mark, I said first whoever wins the first 10 minutes of this game will win the game. Who do you think won the first 10 minutes of that first half?
Well, now we're sitting in an interesting situation where it's a tie, so to speak. I definitely think Mountain View came out strong and got that first goal. Now, Kyle, this is the answer I expected from Kelso in the first half, though. This is when Mountain View got the first goal in the first half, and I said we expect to see an answer from Kelso. This is what I expected. I expected a goal from Kelso within, say, the next 5-10 minutes. Dare I say, we have a game now. It's still 4-2. But, without counting the 10 minutes for halftime, Kelso has now scored 2 goals within the last 15 minutes. So could Kelso be fine in their zone right now? I think it's possible. Number 17 for Kelso, Brianna McQueen. Trying to
referee
get that ball
wanted a call offside there. I thought Fiona Andrews was just, if she was offside, it was by a step. So Madison Olsen with the ball for Kelso.
Great cut.
Good left foot shot there.
I would have liked to have seen a cross in. Right there.
Could not agree more. That was Waverly Iverson, the keeper there for Mountain View, made that look easy. Do you think Mountain View won that first 10 minutes?
I mean, you're coming back to it again.
I think they won the first 9 minutes and 59 seconds. I think Kelso made things real interesting, totally outplaying Mountain View for the last second. I don't know. I thought that was pretty even. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I want to say
a little miscommunication there from Kelso.
Dustin Johnson throwing his arms around over there, talking to his players. Even though Kelso got that goal outside of your 10-minute spot, I do feel that was a big answer from Kelso right there.
We've got a down player for Kelso here. Looked like might have tripped up a little bit and almost did a somersault or a backward somersault.
Yeah, it looks like number 14, Josie Settle.
A freshman. Hopefully she's okay.
Well, maybe it's her neck. Maybe she got like a whiplash type of thing.
She did kind of land awkwardly on her back, it looked like, and almost did a little backwards somersault.
There's a good look at the Kelso bench. It's a cold evening out there, Kyle. It looks like we got about 52 degrees outside right now here at McKenzie Stadium. Once again, we want to thank everybody watching on Comcast 28 and 328. We are also live streaming on Evergreen Public Schools YouTube channel. So call a friend, text a friend, email a friend, let them know, hey, you can watch this game on the Evergreen Public School YouTube channel right now. All right, she's up. Looks like she's doing okay. There's a good look at the Mountain View bench. And one thing that I was actually just going to say, Kyle, how long does Dustin Johnson let Olivia Fothergill sit out at this point?
I would like us to refer to him as professional golfer Dustin Johnson going forward, just to alleviate any confusion for
just so
for
everybody
those of you
at home
watching
knows.
At home. I don't know. I don't know. She didn't get a break that first half, so it'll be interesting to see what their strategy is going forward and where they employ her on the field, if they put her out wide or if they keep her in the middle like they've done so far here.
I'm saying if Kelso gets another goal, Olivia Fothergill's back in the match.
I think that is an instant change.
Yeah.
Nice little move there from, I think, again, that's Kylie Ellett. She's so good with the ball at her feet.
She's a great player. She's a senior this year.
Nice, good play from Kelso there, from the keeper, Ariana Woods.
I hope. Oh, I think Mountain View saw the player being subbed in and thought she was on the pitch. I guess that's why you wear a penny when you're standing over there.
And that's Alexis Sadler back on the field here. This is the first of 2 matchups for these teams as well. The second game should be just as entertaining and fascinating as this one. Mountain View is going to get a deep throw in here inside Kelso territory.
And PGA professional Dustin Johnson is actually talking to Olivia Fothergill right now. It looks like she will be coming back in the match. Yeah, it looks like number 17, Fiona Andrews, will be subbed out. So it looks like she'll be going back up top again.
She is playing more. Tough to tell so far.
I tell you, I can't stop saying enough good things about Nina Allen. I just love, that's the second time we've seen her. She lets the ball roll a little bit. She lifts her head. She looks and sees where the attackers are for Kelso. She looks at her goalkeeper, wanting to know if it needs to drop it back to the keeper or if she can push it out wide. She's such a smart player.
It's a Kelso free kick right around their own 30-yard line.
There she is right there.
And Madison Olson, too.
It was a good idea by Brianna McQueen. I would have liked to have seen maybe a little bit more of a switch to the other side, maybe instead of a more direct pass into the middle there.
A couple of fakes there from Kelso. It looked like they got faked out themselves.
You know, Kyle, this is we were just talking a few minutes ago about watching Mountain View, how they played in the preseason games versus where they're playing right now. And I agree with you. What we've seen from them before is them kind of letting off the gas pedal a little bit and not playing, the full 100% for the 80 minutes. I don't think we've seen that tonight, though. I haven't seen too much of them laying off the gas. I mean, just right there when the ball was dropped back to the keeper, 3 Mountain View players are rushing back towards the keeper. We wouldn't have seen that a couple of weeks ago, I don't think.
I agree. Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with coaching, too. Professional golfer Dustin Johnson wasn't the head coach here last year, probably just too busy being number 1 on the tour.
Rightfully so.
So he may have learned a couple things as well. Carson Thompson Terrell with the ball here, looking to push up and get. It's good defense there from Mountain View, just waiting for the Thunder to make for Kelso to make a mistake. Kelso with the numbers, but unable to convert.
I will say this, Kyle. I don't think Kelso was coming into this match today thinking they were going to play a Mountain View team that has played the way they have today.
I think Kelso knew they were dangerous. I think this is the best we've seen Mountain View play, though, so I would tend to agree with that statement.
It's a handball. I just think that Kelso being undefeated, you come into a match riding that high, feeling good, feeling confident.
And we get a tough yellow card there for Kylie Ellett. I think she has to sub out now. Just a late kick on a handball. Again, that's a tough call to make, but one you sort of have to as a ref. You don't feel good about it, but them's the rules.
So interesting enough here on this free kick, Mountain View has nobody, even Olivia Fothergill dropped back to the defensive line on that one.
You think they're scared?
I think they're just putting numbers back there, to be honest with you.
I think they're a little scared. I think
You
they
think
know.
so?
I think they know what Kelso is capable of, and they have to. We saw this last week too, where the referee touched the ball and gives
it like a free kick.
It looks like it's a 50-50 drop ball.
Oh, is that what it's? Okay.
I don't know if that's a new rule. Matt Griffin, who again filled in for your spot last week, and we were both a little confused.
Which, by the way, props to Matt Griffin. He an incredible announcer, and just a wealth of knowledge when it comes to soccer.
Madison Olson with the ball on the 18. Sticks with it, but great defense there from Mountain View. And no pressure there for Waverly Iverson. Yeah, and this is out of 3 games we've done so far, Mark. This is the 3rd time we've seen Mountain View. We've had the luxury of watching them grow as a unit and get better as each week progresses. We haven't seen Kelso play before, so this is new. We haven't seen Evergreen or Prairie the next game play.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it should be another entertaining game and learning experience for the both of us as well.
Yeah. We had the privilege of calling a couple of Kelso matches last year. Notoriously just a great team, and as they are again this year. So it is good to be able to see them this year.
About 17 minutes remaining. Mountain View up 4-2. Olivia Fothergill pokes it out wide.
You know, she has no fear. Each match that we've seen of her play this year, she just grinds right through everybody. She wants that ball.
Let's hope she's able to stay in the game. She looks all right.
Yeah.
Stayed down for a little bit, but going to pop right back up. And look how close the defense is playing to her as well. Good play from the keeper. But again, Olivia Fothergill nearly got a foot on it. If you're Kelso, you have to play better man-to-man defense inside that 18 and 6-yard line.
And Alexa Sadler, number 5, she was right there as well. I mean, that ball just went right over her head. I mean, if that would have been a little lower, that could have been a header goal.
That's just Kelso giving up too early. You can't count on your keeper to do that. Most of the time, they're going to get that. But if something goes wrong and you're not there, you look kind of foolish.
So I was going to say just about a minute ago, it was on a Kelso free kick that we just saw a couple of minutes ago. You know, the ball is at the top of the 18, and Mountain View drops it back to Waverly Iverson, the goalkeeper. And I thought to myself, why is Kelso not pressing right now?
Yep, I remember that exact play.
Why are we only seeing? We only saw number 13, Madison Olson, making the run. I mean, you're down 2 goals. You got 15 minutes left in the match. I want to see everybody push. I mean, it's all or nothing right now. You got 15 minutes to find 2 goals.
And hustle defines your career. There were a couple players that graduated before I went to Evergreen. Tyler Camp, who went to Concordia, won Player of the Year at Concordia, an absolute monster. And that's going to be the 3rd goal for the Highlanders. I think that was that Melanie
10.
Martinez again?
Yep, that was Melanie Martinez.
She's got 2 goals and an assist on the evening, and that's why you follow the keeper right there. That's exactly what we've been talking about for the past couple of minutes. But careers have been defined by the hustle you put in, and he made an entire living off of just getting to the keeper. 90% of the time they're going to get the ball. The other 10% of the time you got to be there.
Unfortunately, Waverly Iverson she needs to commit to that ball right there.
Yeah, that's a tough ball to make. Tough ball to catch. But again, Kelso just trails by 1.
4-3.
After trailing by 3 twice in this game.
Kyle, I feel safe to say we have a game now.
And here's Olivia Fothergill. Still with it. And that's what we've been talking about. Just the refusal to give up.
Yeah, and back to what you were saying about your friend. The level of commitment of not stopping, always giving that 100%, always pushing, whether it's on a defensive side or an attacking side. I'm going to tell you right now, every coach will take notice to that.
And we just saw that play too. There were 3 Mountain View players there and 1 Kelso defender. Mountain View, although they've let him back in, Mountain View wants this game more.
Yes. Number 13, Madison Olson, got taken the ball away from Mountain View.
Good play from Sadler there.
Off the head of number 9, Jillian Hill.
Olivia Fothergill way out wide on the left side again.
It's an interesting strategy by Dustin Johnson by putting Fiona Andrews.
By who?
PGA legend Dustin Johnson.
Right, okay.
Putting Fiona Andrews up there up top and pushing Olivia Fothergill out wide, it really makes Kelso, it kind of throws them off their defensive game a little bit, I think.
Yeah, and Fothergill moving back into the mid now. Even inside the 18, I would like to see her just pushed pretty far near to the edge of the 6-yard line.
Sure.
About on the PK mark, it looks here.
Yeah, she could be a little wider, huh?
Yep, and that's where she should have been right there.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're back just a few yards instead of a header, that's a volley.
Exactly. Well, or even more of a line drive header.
Yeah, you get to run onto it instead of falling back where all your momentum is going with the ball.
Yep. And here comes Kelso on the counter, broken up by Nina Allen.
Kelso throwing here. About 11 and a half minutes remaining. Carson Thompson-Terrell with the ball in the mid. Puts it out wide to Brianna McQueen.
See, and that's what we were just talking about in the first half as well right there. Nina Allen, what we were seeing from, what a great run by Fiona, or excuse me, by Olivia Fothergill. What we just saw by Nina Allen, though, we were seeing from Kelso, they get the ball for the defender, and it's a straight just punch clearance. Nina Allen takes her time, lifts her head, gets a ball, passes the ball, 10 yards to the midfield. To me, that's what wins games. That level of possession right there is what you're looking for from a coach.
No offside on a throw, and that's going to give Olivia Fothergill inside the 18.
I love seeing Alexis Sadler, number 5, sitting wide.
Yep, perfect. And again, if you're Kelso, you have to be marking those people.
Yeah, she's wide open. And at 4-3, you want everybody marked up.
Sadler's going to take the corner kick here. 10 minutes remaining. Short
what
corner
a little
here.
Tricky little play right there.
And what a ball.
Great ball. So did you see that? She ran over to the coach, acting like she was going to talk to the coach, and everybody stayed in position, and then she ran up. That was number 6, Taylor Armstrong.
They've got a lot of cheeky, smart players.
Cheeky is a great word for that. That's
it's a good replay.
Yeah, she ran up and look, she was wide open. Everybody thought she was going to get a sip of water or something. I like that.
Good hustle there from Nina Allen and Madison Olson. Throwing about the 20-yard line for Kelso.
10 minutes left.
Yeah, it looks like she lifted her back leg quite a bit, too. Another illegal throw-in, second of the game for Kelso. Just freely giving Mountain View possession there. That's going to be a foul against Kelso. Again, just handing over free possessions to Mountain View, wasting time.
That was number 17, Brianna McWayne for Kelso. I will say, though, she's had a pretty decent match tonight. She's played aggressive, and she's let Mountain View know she's out there on the pitch. I respect that.
Got a lot of talented players up here for Mountain View too. Up inside the opposing third, Kylie Ellett about on the 50-yard line. You can see Ellie White is going to be in the mid. And Sadler right there. Bakunovic with time.
Kelso really needs to play some smart soccer. Right, here we go. Here we go.
Bakunovic with a left foot slot. That ties it.
That is the equalizer.
What have we been saying? This game is not over from the start.
My goodness. Wow.
I think that was Bakunovic, number 3, with the goal there.
Yes.
4-4 for Kelso. And this is what we've been talking about. Mountain View just kind of eases back every game.
Wow.
With 7.5 minutes remaining, we've got a tie game here. After Kelso trailed by 3 goals twice. They were down 3-0 and 4-1.
This is anybody's match right now.
Here's a good replay. That was a left foot slot right to the far post. Perfect. It's number 10, Melanie Martinez. A couple of goals and an assist so far. Keep your eye on her.
You know, and Kyle, it seemed like number 6, Taylor Armstrong from Mountain View, if you saw from the replay, she was a good 6 yards.
Yes.
Deep. I think that
I think she kept them on side.
She kept them on sides. That's where I was going with that. I think if they would to watch back that play, I think that would be a coaching opportunity right there. There she is right there.
Again, that's a bang call too if you're a ref, but having somebody 6 yards,
yeah, I mean
that makes it pretty easy right there.
Yeah, she clearly kept them on.
This is we're gonna get another Mountain View free kick here. Getting a little aggressive maybe, but Kylie Ellett just taking these like a champ. 6 minutes left. These are two teams that in 3 league games, Kelso's gotten 10 goals. In 4 league games, Mountain View's gotten 13. They're pretty much even.
Yeah.
I mean, they're averaging roughly 3 1/3, 3 1/4 goals.
And if we see this go down as a tie,
pretty fitting.
I mean, honestly,
and that makes the next matchup that much more valuable for either team.
Yeah. It's going to be a corner kick for Mountain View.
This is a good opportunity for Evergreen and Prairie to watch these teams too.
Yeah.
Definitely helps them playing second, kind of learn the ins and outs. Get a little scouting report here.
Yeah.
Corner kick sent into the 18. Fothergill nearly got ahead to it. And that's Bakunovic right there. We're going to get a Mountain View throw in. 5 minutes left. If you're Mountain View, you do not want a corner. You do not want to see this ball go back into the 18.
No.
Ellie White there with the header, gets it to the keeper.
You know, and I was just going to say, Mountain View quickly with the dropping back to get back into position, and Kelso seemed to take their time.
Yep.
I would have liked to see Kelso really move right there to get back and get that counterattack going.
Yeah, if we could see just sort of a graph of intensity, Mountain Views would just be all over the map from maybe 40% to about 90%.
Yeah.
Kelso, pretty much a 60% the entire match. It'd be pretty flat.
I think so. I would agree with that.
4 minutes left here.
And that's the type of soccer we're used to seeing from Mountain View, though, at this point.
Yeah, Mountain View's usually a little sort of linear line decreasing. But they've been all over the map here tonight.
So any
Sadler with the ball inside the 18.
Like you were just saying, with any sort of scouting going into the end of regular season and the playoffs, any team that matches up against Mountain View has got to be able to see.
This is Bakunovic.
Great run.
And clearance by Mountain View. Go ahead and finish your point quick because these guys are just going.
Any team has to be able to see when Mountain View does let off the gas a little bit, and you have to be able to know to try to take advantage of the game at that point. That is going to be your opportunity. So I think it's going to be really important for teams going forward playing Mountain View to take notice of that.
Carson Thompson, Terrell wide open in the mid. But good defense there from Ellett. Excellent defense there from Ellett. Going to get another throw in here.
It's getting a little pushy out there, a little feisty right now.
Luckily, we've got about 150 seconds left. Subs for each team. I think number 10 for Kelso, two-time goal scorer, Melanie Martinez coming back onto the field. It looks like number 9 for Mountain View going to take a seat, Jillian Hill.
You know, they subbed number 10, Melanie Martinez, out a few minutes ago, and I kind of was wondering why. You know, she's been so strong.
Yeah, it's got to be. Just get a quick breather.
I think so.
We're going to need you for the last couple of minutes here.
Number 13 from Kelso making that run, Madison Olson.
And here she is again.
Here she is again. Here's the cross.
Easily cleared, but right to Thompson Terrell. And we're going to get a goal kick here from Mountain View. Under 2 minutes remaining, up to the referee's discretion. We did have a slight injury earlier. Yeah. We may add about 60 to 120 seconds here. Both teams definitely want this win, though.
I mean, yeah.
Better. Good defense there.
So, Kyle, great job by Nina Allen. You know, Kyle, we've seen the intensity level for Kelso really step up in, say, this last 5 minutes, even 3 to 5 minutes. Is this something from a coach's perspective that you look at and you say to your team, where was this intensity, you know, basically give them the start of the second half?
Yeah, if I'm head coach for Kelso, Kamal Vejo, after this game, I would say, why do we have to be down by 3 to play like this?
Precisely my point.
Let's start off the game, get up by 3 by playing like this.
Yeah. It could, because, I mean, it's been great what Kelso's been able to do in this past 5 minutes. I'm loving it.
That's a handball.
But, you know, where was this before? This could be a whole different game right now. What we've seen from Kelso in this last 5 minutes has really been incredible.
When was the last time we said Olivia Fothergill's name? It's been a while.
Yeah.
She's been nullified.
Well, and for that matter, we've predominantly seen the ball in Mountain View's territory for the past 5-10 minutes of the match. I mean, Kelso
first to the ball there for Kelso.
Yeah, Kelso's really been putting on the steam.
This is Olivia Fothergill with the ball. But just late throw, and you have to imagine You get one more play. See a Mountain View throw in here.
At this point, Mountain View just wants to get that ball in the 18.
Yep. And referee checking his watch. Melanie Martinez.
A little counterattack. Oh, right to Nina Allen. I can't imagine we have too much more time here.
Good hustle there from Mountain View. That was Fothergill. And she's... Well, that's a good rip there.
I'm okay with that. I actually really like that. That was a great idea by number 2, Kylie Ellett.
And who knows how much time you have left, too.
Yeah. But the keeper wasn't expecting that.
No.
You saw she had to scramble.
It's a brave play from Kelso.
Looks like Elizabeth Nguyen was saying to Fothergill, I was making my move.
Yeah, Fothergill looking to send it into the 18. She gets it there. And Kelso with time and numbers.
This has got to be the last counterattack.
Nina Allen again neutralizes that. Referee has the whistle. That's going to be the game.
Wow, and look at Kelso celebrating as if this was a win, and for lack of better words, it basically was a win for them to be able to come back and have this game be 4-4.
Yeah, if I'm Mountain View, I might be pretty worried right now, just seeing how for their next matchup.
This was a great opportunity for Mountain View to beat the number 1 team right now.
Hello, I'm Matt Griffin from EPS Sports, and every week this fall, we'll be bringing you live high school sports coverage from around Clark County. EPS Sports, VPS Game Time, and Battleground TV Sports will be broadcasting live football, soccer, and volleyball. Every Friday, it's live high school football. During the week, it's live soccer and volleyball. And all the games are produced and broadcast by video production students from Evergreen, Vancouver, and Battleground Public Schools. Keep an eye on the channels of TV, etc. Comcast channels 27, 28, 29, and 328 for games every week.
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, we are back here. Looks like we're going to play a little extra free soccer tonight. Mountain View Kelso heading into overtime here, tied at 4 apiece. I think Kelso knew it. Looks like we're going to add, I believe, 2 5-minute periods.
Yeah, I believe you're right, Kyle.
Kelso's going to get the kick. And again, we are not sure if this is golden goal or if this is an aggregate totality 10 minutes. Either way, you have to be pumped if you're Kelso.
And as we stated, when we thought the match was over for the tie, Kelso was pretty excited. So I expect to see some real intensity from Kelso in this last 5 to 10 minutes.
And that's what we've seen so far, too.
Yeah.
We're going to get a free kick about the 45-yard line for the Highlanders.
Number 13, number 13, Madison Olson. I don't think she heard the whistle because she was still playing. She was ready to go.
Kelso moved Thompson Terrell back to a defensive position. That's interesting. And this will be interesting, too, if Madison Olson can get that ball. Unable to, as Mountain View's unable to keep it in, though. Everything going Kelso's way so far. It's another illegal throw-in. Kelso's third of the game. Got to be frustrating if you're a coach. Highlander throw here. 3.5 minutes left. Miscommunication there from the Highlanders.
I would like to see Kelso spread out a little bit more up top up there. Just like we were talking about with Mountain View spreading out the defensive line, that they really need to focus on that, Kelso.
Yeah, and I'll play devil's advocate for a second.
Please do.
Olivia Fothergill has to get involved because she has done nothing for the last 15 minutes or so. It looked like as soon as she got that third goal, Mountain View just stopped.
Yeah.
And Kelso has been showing it. They've outscored them for last handful of minutes.
Here comes Kelso inside the 18. Nina Allen holding her up. Well done.
That's some good defense there.
Well done.
More the same from what we've seen.
Yeah.
From Nina Allen.
You could almost say she's been the most consistent player tonight.
I was thinking about that.
For Mountain View.
As the last game ended, Olivia Fothergill, she has 3 goals tonight. I would almost give Nina Allen the MVP still.
Yeah. Definitely most consistent player out there this evening.
About 2 minutes left here in the first half of overtime. Olivia Fothergill keeps it left side. And what a save there from Ariana Woods back in keep.
Fothergill is so impressive to me. Kyle, I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes it doesn't even look like she lifts her head. She just knows where she is on the pitch, and she's got a foot to match, and she just lets strikes off, and they're on target.
She's got a left foot, a dangerous left foot,
She
too.
really does.
Pretty aggressive here. Kelso with the free kick on the 30-yard line. Couple of players both down.
I like seeing Madison Olsen help up the Mountain View player. I think that's good sportsmanship.
Kelso holding the flat back. That might have been offside there. Yep. Yeah, it looks like those players started running just right before the kick was taken.
I think Ellie White, she started to run just a second too soon.
If you're Kelso, though, you have to be wary of that. Either hold that line, make sure they're offside.
Yeah.
You can't be caught in the middle like they were. You have to either be preemptive and make that move before they do, or you have to be preemptive and jump the line and force them offside.
Yeah.
Olivia Fothergill with the ball in the middle, sends it out wide. Alexis Sadler, left foot, at the top of the 18, finds Kylie Ellett and sneaks it in off the post and in!
Oh, my goodness.
And it looks like that's the game.
Match.
What a couple of passes there from the Thunder. I think that was number 12, Ellie White, the sophomore,
and she
with the game winner.
And she had the game winner in that first match. Yeah, there they are. They're shaking hands now.
And that's the final, 5-4. Kelso made a big run to tie it. Mountain View, unfazed, get the win. Well, again, if you're watching with us, whether that's on YouTube Live, whether that's EPS Sports, whether you're in Vancouver or Tallahassee, stick with us. We've got one more game tonight. Evergreen Prairie coming up here in about maybe 20 minutes or so. Again, thanks for joining us, and we'll be back here soon.